Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be seeing how to make a super moist chocolate cake which is so delicious that it just melts in your mouth. It's so easy to make and just comes out perfect every time you make it. I use this recipe for all my chocolate cakes and it's just loved by all my clients. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Firstly, we will measure out the dry ingredients, which will be Maida 135 grams, baking soda half teaspoon, baking powder 1 teaspoon and cocoa powder 20 grams. Just give it a mix with a hand whisker and keep it aside. Now we'll get to the dry ingredients, which will be buttermilk 86 ml, and by the way, if you don't have buttermilk, you can just make it with milk and a few drops of vinegar. We'll be adding salt to it, sugar 187 grams, vegetable oil 64 ml and 1 egg. Give it a mix with a hand whisker and we'll be adding hot water with coffee decoction, which will be 118 ml. The hot water with coffee decoction blooms the cocoa powder when mixed together and gives us a moist and spongy cake after baked. So once we mix all the wet ingredients together thoroughly, we'll be adding the dry ingredients to it in 3 batches. We'll be adding the dry ingredients with the help of a sifter. The sifter is really important to avoid any lumps of dry ingredients that will settle down, and no matter how much we mix, it won't go away. So don't skip the sifter. Slowly adding the dry ingredients and mix them thoroughly. We are almost going to be done with the recipe, and if you had noticed, we are not using an electric beater for this recipe. As it's a 2-bowl method chocolate cake recipe, it makes it even more easier to make it. We just have to measure the dry ingredients and wet ingredients separately and mix them together and bake it. So simple as that. Now we'll pour the batter in 2 6-inch tin in equal quantity lined with a parchment paper and bake it at 180 degrees preheated oven for 40 minutes. The idea behind baking in 2 different tins is to allow the cake to bake evenly and nicely. Whereas if we bake it in a single tin, there are chances that it won't bake properly and be dense within. Once the cake is baked, check if it's done by inserting a toothpick, and if it comes out clean, then it's done. As you can see, it's clean, so it's completely baked now. Let it cool on the cooling rack for a while. Once the cake has cooled down really well, we'll run an icing spatula around the corners of the tin and release the cake from the tin. As you can see, the cake is perfectly baked and it smells delicious already. We can use the cakes as it is, or we can slice the cakes with a serrator or a cake leveler. Look at this, isn't it just wow? This chocolate cake recipe is not only easy to make, but also when you slice it or frost it with ganache or any type of chocolate cream, it won't fall apart or crumble and it will stay stable and neat. So do give it a try and let me know how it turned out for you all in the comments below. If you like this video, do like, comment and share the content with others and support me grow my channel by subscribing to it. See you all in my next video. Bye bye.